capital city.
This is 6th Street. It was incredibly famous for discovering bands back in the day. And I was here for South by Southwest, and I noticed a different feel in this city. The light was not in the eyes. The passion was not in the performances. And it felt like people were just going through the routines that they've done again and again and again just to pay their rent, but not to follow their dreams as a musician, as an actor, as a stand-up comedian. And this being 6th Street was the most famous strip to be discovered on, and I just didn't feel it this year at South by Southwest. So we came up with an idea. It's a TV show called 60 Seconds to Fame. It's an opportunity for somebody like me from Hollywood for 30 years that have met so many successful musicians, actors, comedians, agents, casting directors, producers, etc., to pair them up with somebody that doesn't know them to help develop their career and to give them an opportunity to show the world what Austin is. So much talent just in these little rooms.
What did the ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing, they just waved. Submit your audition to 60 Seconds to Fame today to possibly be on a new TV show.
We find the cream of the crop and we pair them with mentors, and we take them all the way through the process to they are A-level talent. We hook them up with movies, TV shows, films, soundtracks, you name it. You're gonna watch this person go from singing on 6th Street to singing for the world. So then the real show begins, where you're mentored, trained, and pushed to become industry level. From raw talent to real opportunity. This isn't about winning a moment. This is about building a career. If you're serious about your talent, stop watching others get the shot. This is your take. Submit your 60 seconds now.
All right, so we just wrapped up that session of auditions. Anybody stand out in particular that you guys want to talk about?
Oh gosh, we had such an array of people. We had actors, actresses, poets, musicians, dancers.
Wow.
Who stood out for you?
Man, I have a friend of mine named Trey God that got to come through and do this. Shout out to Trey. And as you can see, they got to find me already. So I'm hoping that people like him will also get an opportunity. Shout out to Trey God. Did a great job. Billy, also you did a great job. There were several, like Jen was saying, I don't remember a lot of the names of some of the others, but they were at least 4 or 5 that I think, if their stuff is ready, if it's registered, if it's publishable, if you've already got copyright, I think there's at least 3 or 4 that should be going on to the next level. You know
what they say, it's not about remembering what they said, it's the way they made you feel, and I know they made me feel some real powerful stuff. Stephanie, you've been in Austin a long time, and I know that you understand how the politics work here. Can you talk a little bit about what we're up against and what some of the genius of Austin might be?
So some of the uniqueness of Austin really has to do with the culture of Austin. You won't find this anywhere else. You won't find the diversity, you won't find the level of talent that we have here, and that's what we really want to highlight. Some of the talent is just hidden. You've heard their work, you've may have seen something that they influenced, but you don't know the person. And so we're wanting to get those people in front of you, but not only in front of you, we want to help them actually evolve their career. So as far as Austin and the Austin film scene, we have a very rich film scene here. We have an amazing music scene. I was in college whenever the Fugees, before they were the Fugees, would come on campus at the University of Texas down the street and hand out their flyers for you to come watch them at Catfish Station.
That's right.
And I mean, it was phenomenal. I got to see them before they were signed with anybody, but they were discovered in Austin. They were discovered on 6th Street.
You got kind of a You May Not Know series that may come out.
Me and Stephanie, we have a Soul of Austin series that we're working on. So yeah, man,
it's phenomenal. And there were so many artists like that. I saw John Legend perform during South by Southwest in a park for free before he launched. I mean, you're just sitting there absorbing it, and then a few years later, like, hey, I was there when. That's Austin. And there's so many stories like that that come out of Austin that you are not aware of until they tell their story.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, again, I'm Tony Boldy,
Jennifer Hutchins.
Terrell Shaheed.
And Stephanie Harrison.
and we are the mentors looking for the first round of people for 60 Seconds to Fame. A lot more, just go to that site, 60, and it's the number 2, SEC, so it's SEC, so 60, SEC2, fame.com, and you guys can submit your talent there, and we can have the mentors. And again, there's a ton of us. These are just 4 that happen to be here today.
Yes.
And we're out just walking the strip, walking the streets, and trying to see who we run into. So we're kind of like A&R reps.
We
So
might run into you.
yeah, we might run into you.
If a history is to be told, then it must be told in fullness to be told correctly. Hi, I'm Terrell Shaheed, your host out of Austin, Texas, and this is The Soul of Austin. You may know the Dungeon Family, you may know Alanis Morissette, you may know Reba McEntire, but you may not know Yogi Musgrove out of Austin, Texas. You may have heard of Tower of Power. You may have heard of the Temptations, but did you know that the lead singer was a guy from Austin, Texas named Larry Braggs? You know Prince, but did you know that his MD, that's his music director, and keyboard player all the way until he passed away, was right from here in Austin, Texas, from a band called The Business that was once Fingerprint, Morris Hayes. You may know the show Breaking Bad, but you may not know T-Double. You may know of Brian McKnight. You may know of Common Sense, but you may not know of George Pettis Jr. out of Austin, Texas. Shout out to Neckbone. You may know Gary Clark Jr., but you probably may not know John Dees. You may know that there's rock in Austin. You may know that there's country in Austin. You may know that there's blue-eyed blues in Austin. But you probably don't know about the underground, urban, professional live music scene. If you're not plugged into the underground, you won't know how big of an impact that underground urban scene has made on the larger music entertainment industry. And you may not know you're standing right next to a Grammy winner or an Emmy winner in your own town. So we're going to go into some interviews into knowing these people right out of Austin, Texas. I have been baruched or blessed enough to know these people firsthand and directly. And we're going to sit down and talk about these careers and how they happen, the challenges, the ups and downs, but most of all to reveal to you that behind every big thing and big artist that you know, and maybe even every big TV show or music production, there might be something from your own town that's inside of it, and it may come from the underground. So there's a lot we're going to cover and show you that right here in Austin, Texas, the history that needs to be told and the stories that need to be heard are happening way outside of what you see. We hope to bring that to light here in the soul of Austin.
Things that we know are true.